Hi, here we go. Let's see if we can get this thing fired up. All right. So we haven't done a live chat in a long time, so let's just go and kick it off with a couple of things. You're welcome to throw up a comment, throw up a question, throw up a point of interest you want to talk about or something like that, and we'll see if we can get to it. I do my lives for usually about an hour or so. At the end of an hour, usually my voice starts to give out from trying to do the lives and projecting and stuff to the microphone. I need to get a better microphone. I know the one that I have in the current camera is starting to be a little bit wonky, but after 3 years of use, it's earned its keep. So feel free to post up a statement. I've got a couple of talking points and stuff like I usually do. And yeah, I know everything behind me is all garble. And luckily, ironically, the rain for the first time is a good thing because I used to do lives while I was sitting here back years ago, and the sunset used to come through there and blind the webcam. So luckily, right now, the fact it's raining actually plays in our favor, even though it means I'm not getting anything done. So we got people starting to come in, and we got Victor here, says that it's 70 degrees in East Tennessee, and he's been selling machines for a month now. Selling like hotcakes, apparently. That's awesome. I'm glad you're selling machines. Up here in Maine right now, the prices have gone utterly beyond stupid. I saw 3 different machines today. They all got listed for like, oh, there's Jesse getting home from work.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, people.
Hey, person who has a real job.
Hi. I bring home the bacon, you cook the bacon.
Oh, you bring home bacon, I cook the bacon?
Actually,
okay.
You don't cook it.
No, I don't cook bacon worth a snot. You're the one who cooks the bacon. You failed on that one. You got to find a different analogy.
I bring home taco mix and you make tacos.
Okay, you bring home taco mix, I make tacos. There we go. That works. Yeah, up here, we've been watching machines up here, dead total doornails that haven't run in like 2 or 3 years. People are listing for like $200. I've even seen some machines that normally would be like $50, $100 machines. Would you like a kiss?
I want a hug.
There we go.
Hi.
So, no, out of my face. No. What?
I said you can have some orange juice.
No, I don't want some orange juice.
Get off my phone.
So yeah, we've had like $50 junker machines selling for like $150, or rather, they're actually not selling. I've been watching marketplace stuff just sitting on it for weeks on end, and you would think that people would figure out their stuff isn't selling and they drop the price, but it just isn't happening this year.
What about the one from this morning?
The one from this morning, they were walking out with a sign to put on it for $350. So
there was no sign. I thought it was free.
Yeah, good try. But when I drove by, they were walking out with a sign for $350, which actually that machine was probably one of the most reasonably priced machines I've seen in a while. As a runner and mowing and stuff, $350 for a machine's not bad. Let's see. Michael Ferris, too pretty for you? Yes, my girlfriend's too pretty for me. I'm assuming that's what that's aimed at.
No, not for anybody else.
Let's see, Victor. Even though other people are selling stuff for way more, I'm trying to stay within about $5 from last year. Yeah, I get it. I mean, if I was listing machines right now, I wouldn't be listing them much above or below what I normally would list it for. And that's the thing, is right now the prices are so utterly stupid that things aren't selling. And so the market is flooded, but nothing's coming off of the market. there's a Murray GT with an 820 in it that's been sitting on the market for probably almost a month and a half at this point. That's listed way too high, but it is what it is.
We're doing good.
You got to make sure you project towards the microphone.
We're doing good.
There you go. See, you're trainable after all.
Your lap is not comfortable.
My lap is not comfortable?
No.
There's a bad joke there somewhere.
Not in this chair.
There's a bad joke there too.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to make bad jokes. I'm trying to get comfortable.
All right. Let's see. Joey, would you or have you ever owned a Simplicity blah, blah, blah number or any big giant garden tractors? I've owned a few different large garden tractors. Simplicities are not a New England brand, I guess I would word it as. Simplicities and also Gibsons, and there's another brand that a lot of people from down south will end up asking me about, and it just doesn't exist up here. But Simplicity is one of them that we almost never see those up in this area. Macy's, we do occasionally see Macy's up here, but yet again, I don't tend to get into them because the parts are hard to find. I avoid anything that's in the collector's category because there's no money in it. What do you do for work? What do you do for work?
A bunch of stuff.
A bunch of stuff? What is your job classification, Mrs. Bunch of Stuff?
I don't know. I lift stuff. I walk up and down stairs. I move stuff.
She works in a warehouse organizing pallets and stuff for incoming and outgoing orders. Holy cow, did you overcomplicate that answer?
A little bit.
Holy woman answer.
And incoming and outgoing stock.
There you go. See, that's a normal, this is what I do for work answer. I walk up and down stairs. You make it sound like some sort of cardio gym.
It is.
All right.
You like Craftsman?
Do I like Craftsman's? Yes, I usually tend to like Craftsman brand tractors. LT1000s, LT2000s, pull-in pros that are based off the LTs, stuff like that I usually tend to target. Let's see. I'm still selling LT1000s for about $350 to $400, excellent condition. Up here, those can go for upwards of $600. I don't know what it is about those up here in this area, but especially the green ones, those usually tend to sell for really good money in this area. If it has the gray square hood, you're lucky if you can get like $250 for one that's up and running and mowing. That's why I turn a lot of those into mud mower chassis or whatever. Bugger off. Cat's meowing at me to go open the door. Let's see.
Your coffee cup needs a bath.
My coffee cup does not need a bath.
That's really gross.
My coffee cup is seasoned. When you get to the point that you've microwaved your coffee cup with stuff in it like 50 times or so, that doesn't need a bath. It's seasoned.
Hi, Canada. Hi, Pennsylvania.
All right, what do we got going here? Anything like free cycle in America as I get my mowers up there. So there's a couple of different versions of that up here in Maine. The problem is most of those usually tend to be like where all the push mowers and stuff end up. There's one of those out of an area called Rockland, which is south of me, and a couple in Portland,
which is south of us,
which is way south of us, and a couple in Bangor area, which is about an hour north from me. So the problem is by the time I actually like drive to there in order to go get a machine, I end up having to spend about $25 worth of gas and snacks or coffees or whatever. By the way, what does a 16-ounce cup of coffee sell for in your area, out of curiosity? I stopped in order to buy a cup of coffee the other day, and they wanted $2.40 for a cup of coffee. So what does a cup of coffee sell for in your area? Just out of curiosity, because as far as I'm concerned, that is bat balls crazy for a price. But you know, maybe I'm just turning into an old fogey who complains about the prices. Never know. Let's see. John Deere and Craftsman seem very popular in New York where I am. See, Craftsman's United States, like, baseline everywhere. They actually have Craftsman's in the Virginia Islands. I actually get people that send me emails for tech tips from the islands in order to go and help them with stuff. So if it's anything that has to do with the United States, even if it's a colony or whatever you call those out in that area, Sears still sells to them as long as they're within United States territory. Let's see. That cup needs to be put in the parts washer unit. I would love to. It died.
Fix it.
The parts washer died. I got 15 minutes worth of use out of it. And then I got a hold of Vevor and I talked with Vevor about the parts washer, and they discontinued the unit apparently a month before I tried to use it in video. It doesn't exist anymore. You can go look it up anywhere you want. The unit I have doesn't exist.
So they're sending you.
So they're sending me another slightly smaller unit. So the one they sent me before was a 21 liter. And so the one they're sending me is a 15 liter. So it won't quite be big enough in order to be able to do an entire transmission in, but free is free. I kind of would have preferred the $260 unit to work more than 15 minutes. But I'll take a $180 unit for free. That's.
You were asked if my nickname is Pippi Longstocking.
Is your name Pippi Longstocking?
If my nickname is still Pippi Longstocking.
No, she doesn't tend to do the dual braid. She usually does the single braid. She might be a My Little Pony.
Not a pony.
You're not a pony?
No, I couldn't stand that shit. No.
Oh, let's see. Let's do. See, $1.40 for a large cup of coffee. See, that's what I remember paying like a year or two ago, was like $1.50 at the local place. $2.65 for a medium coffee in Marlborough, Mass. Yeah, to heck with that price. Holy cow. Let's see. Coffee in the UK can be from $2.50 to $3.50.
At least a cup will fit in your new one.
My cup does not need to fit in the cleaner.
It will fit. I like that. See, he doesn't let me scrub them.
No, you're not allowed to scrub the coffee cup. It ruins the flavor.
Or the coffee pot, which
yeah.
I did anyways.
This is what's weird. See, I'm convinced that my microwave is. I'm convinced that the like microwavy thing is out of caliber, because as you microwave the Redneck Computer Geek cups, the computer and the Redneck part begin to fade, but the geek part always stays perfect.
It's not perfect. It's fading on the top.
Oh, just a little bit on the top.
There's fading there.
But yeah, so
it's an ombre effect.
Yeah, so the more I microwave it, the more that the lettering fades. But the thing is the white lettering the white lettering always stays perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, it's white.
So something in the...
It's not perfectly fine. It's faded.
Wait, are you just in an argumentative mood tonight?
No, I'm just seeing details that you aren't seeing.
But yeah, so the orange, for some reason, the microwave kills over time. So I might have to make, I might have to go and make the lettering a different color on some of the cups or something.
It's the middle of the week. He's with his mom.
Yeah, so John's bio mom and I have a shared custody. So John is with her during school. During school hours, I drop him off on Monday at school and I pick him up Friday at school. And yeah, can you go let Stupid out?
Come on. Hi, Luana. Hi, Luana.
Oh, DC lawn maintenance. I thought you were trying to make a joke about Maine or something there for a sec. 207 is the dial code for Maine. So I thought you were trying to make a joke till I saw the Tim Hortons.
Come on. You want pot or not?
Let's see.
Snooze, you lose. Oh, now you want to come in?
Holy cow, Hunter, are you serious? $3.50 for a cup of coffee? Bugger that. Wow, no way. No way would I do that. So, yeah, speaking of gas station stuff, have you guys seen the latest that they're talking about re-releasing E15 standard during the summertime? E15 standard is ethanol gas additive for upwards of 15% to standard gasoline that you buy at the gas station.
Isn't the gas at the gas station already wonky?
It's 10% ethanol for the most part. So one of those little curiosity things that most people don't realize, and one of those, like, you know, the Greenpeace people don't like you to talk about, is that they want you to be running E15. They want you to be running ethanol 15% gas. The problem is ethanol E15 gas base at above 50 degrees in Fahrenheit actually produces more. It actually produces more pollution than regular gasoline. And so that's the reason why E15 is actually banned across most of the United States for during the summertime months. Now, before anybody gets political on this, actually the last president to release the rights of use of E15 during the summertime was actually Trump during his presidency. It's actually a very common thing to be done when gas prices end up above a certain point. But the difference is when they're releasing it in order to be able to make it past months of use versus a couple of weeks in order to level out the price. But yeah, so keep it in mind, stay aware of it. I've actually got ethanol-free gas stations within about a 15-minute drive of my location that I'm going to go out of my way to stop into and pick up a couple of gallons. What do you want?
Scoot back, please.
Scoot back.
Thank you.
Yep.
There, that's better.
So yeah, keep that in mind if you're dealing with your equipment and stuff like that, and keep an eye out because they're talking about bringing E15 back this year. And during the time when E15 ended up becoming a big thing, during the Trump administration, it was, I think it was 2 summers worth it was available, or maybe it was like a summer and a half or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. I ended up having tons of mowers that came in the very next summer, all of them with dead doornail carburetors because the E15 ate everything out of them. So keep it in mind, watch it, see whether this E15 goes through, because if it does, next summer we're going to see a whole bunch of carburetors from it. Let's see.
Anytime with John is good time of the week.
Yes, anytime with John is a good time of the week. That's right. Great, that means more mowers for me. Exactly, Victor. See, that's what I figure is I figure the nico carbs that ethanol always kills, and the Kohler single carbs that the ethanol always kills, and the microjet Briggs and Stratton twin carbs for the little like 18 horsepower units and stuff like that. I figure if the E19, if the E15 ends up going into effect, I figured I'll end up buying up a group of those just to have on hand for next year when they all show up.
Yes, it is good root beer. I just wanted you to know that I wasn't drinking alcohol.
Yeah, no, you're going on how many years? 3, 4,
3,
3.5?
something.
I don't know. Something. I don't know. When you hit a certain point with being sober, you just don't care anymore. It's just normal.
I can go out dancing and not drink. It's good.
Yeah. Without question, making it past the first like 2 years is the hard point. Like making the first 6 months is utter total hell. Making it to 1 year, being able to limitedly go to places at about 1 year, and then still fighting past the cravings at about the 2-year mark is a real reality.
Lots of cinnamon gum.
Yeah, cinnamon gum. For me, it was really spicy ginger ale because I was a whiskey drinker.
I drank Fireball. That's a whiskey.
Yeah, and I still Canada Dry. I still drink to this day, and yeah. I mean, I was bad enough about drinking soda to quit that it cost me several teeth and probably is going to cost me a few more, but it was worth it without question. I would gladly go and have less teeth than drink at this point. Let me see. I was just driving my lawnmower, but I came in to watch your live stream. You know, the sad part is I work on lawn tractors and I work on mowers and stuff. I absolutely hate mowing my lawn. But if I actually had the chance to mow my lawn this year, I would be ecstatic because I am so sick of the rain and my lawn is pure mud. Like, I literally have yet to fire up my actual lawn mower because I can't even drive it out of where I stored it because it's still a mud pit between there and the gravel. My mud mower at this point is still stacked away because if I tried to drive it across the lawn, I would just rip everything to shreds. Yeah, it's horrible up here this year. It's the worst spring I have seen in a very long time. Although 7 years ago, I was making mud mower videos of jumping snowbanks at this time 7 years ago. So it's a trade-off. Yeah. I have a mud mower video where I'm jumping snowbanks at this time of year 7 years ago.
Hello, global warming.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a trade-off. It is what it is. And, you know, at least it's not snow. I'll gladly take snow. My poor GT is on the end of its. I blew a head gasket in the single cylinder Briggs and Stratton on my snowblower machine, and I'm pretty sure that I roasted a cylinder in my GT 6000 plow rig. So I've got to do something before next winter, or
you messed up your push button too.
Oh yeah, my push button fried on one of them also.
For plowing.
Yeah, my ow. Damn it, Spice. Hi, Cat. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, Spice doesn't say, "Can I come up?" She just comes up with plenty of claws.
Ow.
Yeah.
Right in the back of my knee. That's gonna itch forever. Hi, Pouncer.
All right. Anyways, back to the show. So now that we got all the cats involved, let's see.
I don't remember you drinking PBR.
Where does it say I drank PBR? What? Where is your PBR? Remember when you stopped drinking? Oh yeah. Yep.
I didn't know you drank the cheap beer.
I did at one point. I used to drink Natty. I used to drink Natty Ice, and oh my God, did that give me the most horrible next day diarrhea ever. Yeah, that was one of my lesser grand moments of life was that.
I'm glad I was not here with your diarrhea.
Let's see. Do you have super unleaded in America that we have here in the UK, as that fuel does not have ethanol? Okay, so to answer your question on the ethanol free, so we can get what we refer to as plow truck gas up here. Plow truck gas is non-ethanol regular gas. It's like 95 octane or something like that. It's not quite 96, but it's close enough. And then we have the entire other end of the spectrum, which is race gas that you can get here, which is 105 to 110, which you can order and get, which is non-ethanol, but you will pay buku for it because it's a premium order gasoline here in Maine. You can get it. You can get what's referred to as VP racing fuel. And yeah, it's last I knew it was about $6.50 to $7 a gallon for 105 and 110 for VP racing. When I sell something to someone, I tell them that ethanol gas is my best friend, and they don't know what to say, especially when I tell them to only use 100% gas. I fully agree. I've been running into the same stuff up here, especially if it sits. If you ever want to demonstrate to somebody the BS of the ethanol in the gas, take a baby food jar or something of that nature, pour some ethanol 10% into it. This is the other thing. You can find certain gas stations are actually not running actual full 10% ethanol, even though they say they are. And the way you test it is you take a baby food jar and you fill it full of the gasoline, you stick it in your freezer in order to shock it for half an hour, and then you pull it out, you stick it on a shelf, you leave it there for a couple hours, you stick it back into the freezer, and you do the cycle in order to shock it by more than 30 degrees. If you shock ethanol by more than 30 degrees Fahrenheit, it'll actually cause it to diffuse from the regular gasoline. That's also the way that you create your own ethanol-free gas if you're in a pinch, is you deliberately cold shock it in the freezer and give it a 30-degree temperature change. And you can actually diffuse the ethanol to the bottom and pour off pure gasoline from the top. Now, granted, that means that you're dumping out 10% of your gasoline, but you know, it does happen to start bonfires, but we don't do that. Full disclaimer. But if it was to go and be used for a bonfire, it does happen to start it quite well.
Oil and water.
Yep. It acts like oil and water. You can get it to diffuse on it. Can get it to diffuse. Defuse. There we go. Dental implants are a thing, so you're all good. Yes, that would be my goal.
$30,000 later.
Yeah. Dental
I looked into it.
Yeah, dental implants at about 10 grand to 30,000, depending on full mouth or just the front area, is about what it costs in this area up here.
And that's with insurance helping.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what it is without insurance helping. Oh, by the way, for that, we would have to go down to Portland.
Yep.
Aspen and Thomaston doesn't do it.
Spencer, have you ever put racing fuel in a mower? It actually can cause pre-detonation problems if you end up putting racing grade fuel into a mower. If it is not built for it and it does not have the ability to do a timing advance of, I believe it's 6 degrees, if I remember right, you're not going to want to run it. When it's started, up until it warms up, it'll run off of race grade gas. But once it hits the point that the cylinders warm up, you can end up with pre-detonational problems from race gas. So it's a bad idea. Now, the one thing that I have debated over the years is I have debated running 20% nitro RC car mix in order to see what would happen, because I've never seen anybody do that, which would totally not be legal within the rules of the racing group that I run with. So if it happens, you know,
Don't tell 'em.
and you see blue flames coming out the exhaust, I did nothing. Let's see.
Ella.
Oh, okay. So VPC12 has gone up to $90 for 5 gallons. Holy cow.
I don't even know what that is, but holy.
Yeah, I don't need that anytime soon. That's racing gas. That's jet fuel. That's straight out 110 to 112 octane.
I don't know what that means either, but okay.
Yeah.
Like it could drive a plane?
It's like 2,000 here,
20,000.
20,000 here for those, and a lot of insurance. Blah. What?
Dental.
Oh, dental. Okay, dental implants. Gotcha. Okay, I'm catching up to the conversation now. What the? You have a curl of hair that just got in my ear and twiddled my eardrum.
Twitter painted.
What the hell? Okay.
Twitter painted.
They mix M5 and nitro for drag mini bikes. Need more timing and a different carb to run alcohol. Yeah, see, that's the thing. So in the group that I run with for the drag racing, you are not allowed to change your timing. It has to stay stock, which is one of the ways that they limit the amount that people are able to RPM with the stock flywheel. So yeah, when it comes to the nitro and all that kind of stuff, it's just not worth it.
3K per tooth.
Yeah, 3,000 per tooth. Yep. Oh, we actually ended up with a new sponsor item.
Something from
Grab that box and yeah, we ended up with a new sponsor item for the channel.
Okay.
That has to do with being able to do cooler videos and stuff when we go to races. All right, look at the package. The size of the package.
It's covered in a paper bag.
All right, so I'll give you the hint of it has to do with cooler videos when we go to races.
Oh, yay, it's one of those circle TikTok lights.
No, it's not a stupid TikTok light. Nobody needs a dumb TikTok light.
Why am I stuck opening this?
Because you're there and I only have one hand. And I can't talk Italian as it is because I'm missing one hand.
I'm not missing
Have you settled on a name yet for the new mower? No, I have not done any kind of name for the Sears dragster at this point. A lot of people have suggested clunker, but I don't really like clunker.
Is that a doohickey?
Is it a doohickey? What's
yes,
a doohickey?
It is a doohickey.
Okay,
I
show
don't know
them.
what they're called.
They can't see.
It's a doohickey.
Yeah. So Bang Good got a hold of me. And yes, they are the very same sponsor that sent me the welder that died after 30 minutes of use. So I'm not sure exactly how much faith I have in this, but they retailed the drone for $300. So they sent me a $300 welder that lasted 30 minutes. So I guess we'll see if we can get 30 minutes of drone footage out of it. You want to set that down?
Do you want to set it down and break it?
I don't know. Do you want to take it out and show them?
Do you want it down or up or open or closed or? You're tired.
Yes, I'm very tired. I've been doing a lot of yard work today. We got 3 solid days of rain coming in, so I spent all of today working on what yard work I could do in the areas that were not mud. Yeah. Hey, there, it's official. We make a great couple. You have to stay with me now, just because somebody said we make a great couple.
Okay, why do we make a great couple?
Why do we make a great couple?
Yeah, I want to know why they think we make a great couple.
You can't just be happy with us being a great couple. You've got to be overcomplicated woman. And why?
Yep.
Why do you love me?
Yep. Name the Sears Phil. No. All the Phils I've ever met were meanies.
Why would I name the Sears Phil?
I don't know, but it says name the Sears Phil right there.
Oh, okay. I don't like Phil.
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, the doctor is in the house. Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, actually, the guy who does the tech inspections for the drag races actually physically stopped into my house a couple days ago and did a once-over on the Sears build to make sure that he's okay with it. So the Sears got approval to go racing this year. We're only going to be running it most likely at the shorter track. One of the tracks is like 150 foot. The other track is more about 100, 110. So we're probably only going to run it at that one. I'm sorry. I thought there was a ghost in my house. I just watched the chair next to us go like 5 feet the other direction, or at least attempt to. And it turns out that there's a string on the side of it that the cat just decided to drag. So yeah, that was a little creepy. The whole chair just moved on its own, but there's a cat underneath it apparently. That was a little creepy.
You're welcome. Ooh, it's black.
Ooh, it's black.
What?
Oh, good Lord.
There's white ones, there's pink ones, there's gray ones, there's orange ones, there's black ones.
Ooh, it's black.
Black is a good color.
Oh my God, does that remind me of an X story? Okay, show them the nice black drone and I'll tell my X story.
A wing fell.
Yes, they snap out, but
we did not back it up into a tree.
Yeah, no, we're not going to back it up into a tree. Oh my God. So my buddy shows up. Okay, wait a minute. We'll tell the X story after this story. So if you guys saw the John Deere drone footage, my buddy shows up and he is ecstatic. He has this brand new drone he wants to try. He just spent $700 on it, okay? So he's got $700 invested in this drone. He's all ecstatic. He wants to come try it out. So he shows up at my house and he goes flying around and he gets messing around over the top of the pond and he's shooting a close up and then he backs up and he rams the drone $700 into a tree and crashes it.
And breaks a wing.
And breaks off a bunch of stuff. He smashes the drone like it's obliterated. Not going to fly again. No ifs, ands, or buts. So he lets me go on this like 15-minute stint of, I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you broke your drone. I'll figure out a way to help you buy a new one,
It's
whatever.
okay. We have insurance for it.
Yeah, he just nonchalantly looks at me. Oh, it's okay. Insurance was only $20. And then he sends it off and he gets like a brand spanking new drone for like $20. He's like, yeah, I just have to make sure I don't crash it again in the next 3 months and they'll send me another one.
6
Like,
months.
are you kidding me? Yeah, 6 months. As long as he doesn't crash it in the next 6 months, he'll get a full refund again. And so yeah, so the DJ drone insurance policy that they sell through Amazon is like a full no buggers given, whatever. So I'm definitely going to be looking into that if the drone thing works out for good footage. But yeah, he was just yeah, you know, that's it worked out. So oh yeah, so the next story. So back years ago, I used to drive sports cars. I used to have this fascination for 89 Ford Probes. And I had this X that I hauled along with me in order to go take a look at this car. And we show up, we're looking at the car. First of all, we pull off to the side in order to take a look at the car. She doesn't get out of the vehicle. She sits in the vehicle the entire time that I am down looking at the car. We look around, we talk about the car, and yet again, she never gets out of my vehicle. So we get into the vehicle. So I get in, we start to drive away. She still hasn't said anything whatsoever about the car that I'm looking at. She never got out of the vehicle, hasn't said a thing. We make it almost all the way back to where we're living. Still nothing. Total silence. So finally, I'm at the point of like, okay, screw it. I'll say something. So what do you think of the car? I think we should buy it. Why? If you like it, why didn't you get out of the vehicle and come look at it? Or why didn't you say something? Why didn't you like? Because I saw it. I liked it. It's blue. Needless to say, with that level of IQ, that relationship didn't last. But I did buy the car. I really miss that car. I don't miss the X, but I do miss the blue car. That was a really fun car. Not a fun X. Yeah, you should buy it. It's blue. I like it.
Okay, in that case, we're gonna buy a Dalmatian because they're black and white.
We're buying a Dalmatian because they're black and white.
Yep.
Is that some sort of human rights joke of some sort? Okay, anyways. Oh, I'm going to get demonetized for that one.
You went there, I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So apparently I seem really nice.
You seem really nice?
She seems really nice.
Oh, appearances can be deceiving.
That's why we make a good couple, because I'm really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. If a $100 welder got 30 minutes, then a $300 drone should be an hour and a half. Yeah, something like that. I'm not. The funny thing is, if you look up the reviews on this particular drone, it actually gets really good reviews. If the key word here is if it is a legit one from the actual legit company. Now, the Banggood version is marked with the exact same model number, but somebody added an S to it. And there seems to be a little discrepancy as to whether the actual creator of the drone ever made a model of the same model number with an S. Because the version with the S only seems to exist from companies that sell out of China, and the actual makers of the drone are not based out of China. So we'll see what happens. At the very least, if I can manage to get a little bit of footage out of it when we're prepping for the races or something like that, that's my real big thing. The thing about the races is you really can't get the way that a cell phone image fisheyes, you really can't get the scope of just how long the 150-foot track really is. The way that the camera footage shows it, it looks way shorter than it actually is. And it's actually really hard to get the scope of just how fast the mowers are going. So I'm hoping with the footage from the drone, it'll be able to project that a lot better. In theory, it should have 26 minutes worth of flight time. And if that's the case, I should be able to launch it at the start of Outlaws and then park it and be able to have footage of the entire Outlaw class when they run per battery. So we'll see. We'll see what I can do with it. The other thing is insurance in the state of Maine, as far as drones are concerned, is kind of a real questionable aspect if they happen to crash into something. So if I do fly it, it needs to be away from vehicles is the other quibble.
Okay, how did we wind up meeting and we should get a puppy?
Okay, so you paid off Snoopy's RC to post something, and
I did not.
Jesse and I both have decided, as far as the puppy situation is concerned, that we want to go and have. So one of our big long-term goals is we do not want to be ongoingly living in this location. The 5-second version is when I bought this house, I had about 20 acres of woods around me as a buffer between me and everywhere else. As it is right now, that 25 acres has turned into about 6. And so we can hear everything, we can see everything. And now they break stuff next to the house and down at the bridge and stuff all the time.
I'm waking up at 2 a.m. listening to big trucks go by. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to live in an RV.
Yeah. So, yeah, we would do the RV thing as a temporary thing. So our big goal at this point is to get into 20 acres or so worth of land, build another off-grid setup, because the off-grid thing is something that we can easily be able to do in most of Maine. Do it as a summertime place first. Then once finances come around, we want to build a garage that is similar to the garage that's here, with an over-the-top apartment type area, but do it with external stairs so that the fumes from the garage are separated from the upstairs. without question, that has got to go and be done because of the type of work that I do.
I was so sick living in the apartment. It was insane.
Yeah. The other big thing about the garage is once I insulated, I need to upgrade welders to running a welder that is not flux core, because now that I have upgraded the garage to having insulation around most of it, the flux core smoke is horrific and will not clear out of the garage.
Just thinking about all this stuff is making me want to throw up.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of learning experience at this point. We know what it is we want to do. The problem is the current market for land right now. The minimum price right now in the state of Maine is about $2,000 an acre minimum. When you consider that a lot of areas were about $600 an acre just 3 to 4 years ago, it's gone insane around this area.
And the type of dog I want to get is like $1,200. So that has to wait.
Yeah, Jesse's got expensive doggy taste.
I do. But you won't be as sick.
Yeah, that's true. The other problem is I'm allergic to most dogs. So we need to get something that I'm less likely to be allergic to. There we go.
And I can get snuggles.
Yeah.
Oh, how did we meet? That was the other question.
I don't know. How did we meet?
You told me I couldn't dance.
I just started putting up with you.
You told me I couldn't dance.
That's how we met. I started putting up with her. We're not allowed to go and tell the not able to dance story. That's not PG rated.
Yes, it is.
No, that is not a PG rated story.
Yes, it is. At the bar, I was dancing and drinking. He was drinking and playing pool. He came up to me and said I couldn't dance.
Okay, fine. I guess you can make it into a PG rated story. But for anybody that knows what I'm talking about, that would be why I gave her crap. Anyways.
And then, years later, he said, you can say I told you so if you want.
Well, years later, after my divorce from somebody that you had told me was a piece of inappropriate term.
Piece of caca.
Yeah. And then I got a hold of you to tell you can tell me I told you so. And then, yeah, we started hanging out again after that. And now she sits on my lap and makes snide comments and keeps me from talking Italian by taking away one of my hands.
You should do mud mower videos.
Let me see. Back to the hut in the woods. Yes, we want to go back to the hut in the woods, kind of. We want to do hut in the woods 2.0 with far more solar and electrical capabilities. Let's see.
I don't want to live above the garage, though. Like, not long term.
No, not long term. No, the point would be to go and build a garage / apartment over the top area and then be able to go and build our actual like forever home. And then I end up with the above the garage area is my dedicated forever.
You're being bad.
My being bad area. Yes, I end up with a professional grade doghouse. Exactly.
Yeah, and then me and the puppy can have snuggles and you can just stay upstairs.
Okay, that works. I'll have a pool table and everything. All right. Let me see.
Can you say I like the pizza without using your hands?
I can make a pizza, but not without using my hands. I actually like making pizza. I just refuse to make the stupid dough. I don't know what the hell it is with pizza dough, but I can't make it. I've tried many times. I just buy one of those run bun bowl, damn it, bread bag bundles. There we go. That's the try saying that's a rubber baby buggy bumper. Bread bag bundles. There we go. And I make up the pizza and everything and put it on the pan and do the sauce. Actually, John likes to do the sauce. And then I have to argue with John about doing the cheese because yeah, John and cheese is Dalmatianal at best.
He doesn't like cheese.
Yeah, John is weird. He likes cheese on some stuff, but on pizza, he gets kind of finicky about putting cheese on.
You need all the cheese, you need all the sauce, you need all the pepperonis. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesse likes pepperoni. I like buffalo chicken pizza.
And gives you the farts.
Yeah, but
Yuck.
if I have farts, then we stay warm at night. Oh, I got asked what my favorite mower is.
Yes, Jerry Springer.
As far as my favorite mower in order to be able to build, set up anything, it's most definitely a Poolin Pro with the 6-speed MST in it. The Poolin Pro MST 206 and the 12 gauge mowing deck, absolutely just an unkillable unit. I don't care what you mow over the top of. It's the best combination out there as far as cheap, reliable, and you can buy parts no matter what. That's the other thing about MST 206, 205, and 204 is they still actually sell through Sears Parts Direct every single part in that transmission except for like 3 pieces. So no matter what you do, you can blow it up and you can fix it afterwards, including being able to buy the bottoms of the cases, which is what you usually screw up the most of.
I don't like Chihuahuas. I like almost all dogs. I do not like Chihuahuas.
No, I'm not. No, Chihuahua can go bugger off.
No. I will hug a crocodile before I hug a Chihuahua.
If I wanted a rat, I'd have a rat. Squeaking is cute when it comes from a rat. It is not cute when it comes from a wannabe dog. There's a difference.
Someone mentioned a ring and it wasn't me.
Yeah, you're paying him off.
I am not. I don't even know who that is.
You're paying him off. That's like the second topic now he's been on your side. I don't know what in the world you're paying him with, but
nothing. I don't want a Walmart ring. That's not a ring. That's a toy.
I don't know. These are the people from Walmart. I don't know. I lose any more teeth, I'm going to end up looking like one of those people from Walmart. Oh, let me see.
No, I want a sheepski. Siberian Husky, German Shepherd. Sheepski.
You want a sheepski?
Yeah, that's a puppy. Well, he was mentioning bulldogs and then chihuahuas.
That sounds like something you would call somebody that tries to shyster you on a deal. Yo, man, that dude is a sheepski.
Malamutes are really pretty, but that would be so big of a dog. I don't know. I was reading that comment.
I was reading that comment? Oh, I'm sorry. You know, if you could read comments without getting your head in the bugger way, I might be able to read a comment at the same time. I have got to get new glasses. These things are just scarred up and everything. I can actually see the scarring coming out. I need to get on iBuy Direct and order up another set of glasses soon. I think I'm going to go thinner frames even though I like having the blacksmith glasses. Although I'm going to regret it the first time I shoot myself in the eye with something because I'm not wearing safety glasses. But, you know, you'll shoot your eye out. I saw a BB gun statement earlier. I see where the BB gun statement came from. Yes, there's a Red Ryder BB gun. That's my Tomcat deterrent. I don't kill them. I just happen to give them a reason that if they howl on my front porch, I make them howl. And then I've got a Ruger made 1200 FPS break action that I use for the squirrels. And then these, Jesse got me these for Christmas. They are solid copper slugs for my pellet rifle, and they hit like nobody's business.
You're welcome.
They weigh more than your average 22 caliber bullet does. So when they hit something, like if you hit a squirrel with one, it's entertaining. You'll take that squirrel and you'll knock it like 3.5 feet back off of whatever it was sitting on. It's entertaining to get a squirrel with one.
You still need to make squirrel stew.
Yeah, I got to shoot a gray squirrel and make squirrel stew.
Proper way to cook it.
We're not eating red squirrel, though. That tastes like mackerel. That's icky. Gray squirrel tastes like rabbit. Red squirrel tastes like mackerel fish. Tastes icky.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going to get a ring from. He said that he wants it specially made so it's like me and not something generic. So I have no idea.
I'll get you a ring from the parts store. I just got to make sure to go and take the key stuff off of it first.
Get you a Prince Albert.
Oh, let me see here. You see, now we got into a whole bunch of dog crap.
Puppies are awesome. You just need to stop being allergic.
I need to stop being allergic. I'll get right on that. Oh, I didn't get to eat breakfast the other day dropping off John.
My fault.
Yeah. So we went in order to go and buy something to eat on the way because both of us decided that we were hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And they moved the pastry that I normally grab. So I grabbed it out of habit while I was talking with John, and the pastry that they put there now has peanuts on it.
I hope you didn't.
So luckily John was like looking at it while we were in the truck, and he's like, Dad, you're not allowed to eat that. And I was like, what the hell do you mean I'm not allowed to eat my breakfast? Like, I was about ready to have a parental, I'm going to thump a kid. And like, he's like, no, you're not allowed to eat it. That's a peanut. And I was like, the hell are you talking about? That's an almond. And he was like, no, that's a peanut. Like giving me this eyeball of like, you better get your glasses checked. And so, yeah, they moved the pastries around, and I went to grab the one I usually grab out of habit. And
yeah, honey, you're not allowed to eat that.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to eat that.
He's taking after me.
Where the hell's my damn almonds? Why in the world would you swap a peanut product in where the almond stuff was? Like, I don't know what marketing scheme or reorganizational person came up with that, but they need to be drug in the street and shot with a paintball gun 20 times back of the head.
No, that would give a concussion.
Good, they need a concussion.
Make them more stupid.
Who in the world would swap out a peanut safe item for something with peanuts? That's just dumb. And it looked the same too.
I didn't do it.
And that's why men sleep on the couch. Yeah, I need my safe place. because women are dangerous.
We don't have a couch. We got a tiny chair thing.
Yeah, currently, yeah, I've got the back seat out of a Jeep Wrangler right now, set up on a couple of pads in order to be able to go and have a love seat that's on the floor right now. See, here, let me turn this up, see if you guys can see it. So the entire ceiling, I don't know if you can see that. The entire ceiling,
If you look in the
yeah,
corner,
is the original popcorn ceiling from like the late 70s for this house.
The horribleness of
So
popcorn.
there was a leak around the chimney which ruined part of it, and then the other part is junk or whatever and needs to go away. So this entire living room, the ceiling needs to get gutted out of and redone. So we've agreed not to bother buying a couch unless we end up with some really comfortable freebie or something, which then the problem is freebies are never out of households that are allergy safe. So because of my allergies, we basically need to buy a couch. So we're going to wait until after.
My allergies too, depending on the allergy.
Yeah. So we basically have decided that you put my leg to sleep and then you stood up. Sit on the other side. Oh my.
I can't sit on that, so you got something in your pocket. What is that?
Well, that's a permanent marker. At least that's what I'm going to claim anyway. So, no, don't massage my leg, you put to sleep. That's not nice. What kind of weird, perverse torture is that? Wow. Anyways. Yeah, okay. Trying to regain my composure here. This is the longest I think I've ever had a goatee while I've been a YouTuber. Usually by now I've ended up dropping at least one welder spark right straight through it. Speaking of which, don't massage my leg. You are a meanie.
No,
don't be a meanie head.
They said I was nice.
You are not nice. They don't know anything about you. I almost swore. That's how not nice you are. I almost ended up swearing trying to describe how not nice you are.
I'm very nice.
You made me forget my conversation. Welding helmets. So, okay. Yes, Welder has gone on a binge of supporting YouTubers by sending them free caca. I hate the Yes Welder that they sent me, but beggars can't be choosers right now because my Hobart is getting way up there in age, welder wise. And so, well, wire feed welder wise, it's getting up there in age. It's pushing, I think it's getting close to almost 14 years old at this point. 13 or 14 years at this point. So my Yes Welder helmet that I actually bought with my own money has decided to drop dead. And it's actually the second Yes Welder helmet that I've had fail. And yet my Harbor Freight helmet, which is going on like 5 years old and was one of the original like $40 on sale helmets, is still going perfectly fine. And my 6-year-old Harbor Freight helmet is still going perfectly fine. So I'm going to have to go and upgrade my helmet again at some point. The Harbor Freight helmets do not fit my stupid, tall, skinny head. So I need to find, my skull. I have a very fat upper top and a very long chin. And so I don't like the Harbor Freight helmet because that's why I burn my goatees off on them, is because my goatee actually sticks out from underneath the Harbor Freight helmet. And then I catch the bloody thing on fire. And yeah, so if you guys have suggestions for a good idea for a welding helmet that is not Yes Welder brand, that is in that like $60 or under category, because that usually seems to be at about the price point that they really change everything, is that about like $60, it all of a sudden jumps to being like 100 plus. There's no like in between margin, but that's where I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
What?
So you're Victor, but with a mustache and goatee. Big top, skinny chin.
Okay, so I'm the guy from Corpse Bride?
Yeah, you're the guy from Corpse Bride.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
He gets the girl in the end, so I'm okay with it.
Well, technically, he had 2 girls.
Getting 2 girls, I get okay.
I'm not sharing him.
Well, whatever works. Sometimes you fail at negotiations. You don't wear the gloves anymore? Oh, you mean the ones that I caught fire? Yeah, no, I'm careful about making sure not to wear the rubber gloves when I'm welding anymore.
You just came and shut up.
Okay, just had a Briggs & Stratton, apparently a blown head gasket, geyser oil into my face and all over my phone while watching. Yes, that's what I'm pretty sure is wrong with my snowblower machine. It's got a 14.5 single cylinder Briggs & Stratton with overhead valve, and I'm about 95% sure it's got a blown head gasket. So we'll be doing a video on that because everybody always asks me how I do quick tunes on those. Because I usually do those without ever getting out the feeler gauges or anything. And everybody always asks me how I do it. So I guess we're going to go and do one of those videos. Everybody gives me snot about that. But the real reality is on those motors, once those rockers have about 300 hours on them, there's actually a wear mark that's in the rocker where the steel push rod hits it. And if you do it by the feeler gauge actually ends up setting the setting for wider than it's supposed to be because of the wear mark into the rocker. And so I hate when people get on my case about that because I can never seem to explain that. But we'll work on the idea of doing a video about that at some point. I went to SkillsUSA and got first place in building mechanics going to nationals. Awesome. Good job. I did SkillsUSA, but it was for computers. What was weird was back when I did SkillsUSA, they had computer competitions for computer repair, but they only had nationals for computer networking. So I won my computer repair, but I never got to go to nationals because it didn't exist as a nationals competition, which was weird because they had a networking competition for it nationally, but not a computer repair nationally. But yeah, SkillsUSA is good and it looks good on the resume too. So good job on that. And I hope you do well in the nationals. All right, well, at this point, I think we're going to probably call it good. We're at the hour mark where I start to lose my voice. And I'm really hoping the U.S. Postal Service does not continue to screw around with my jets for the Sears build. I've got the last of the parts for the Sears, the jets for the carburetor that I need for tuning it in. We're supposed to be here on Monday. It is now Wednesday, and the U.S. Postal Service apparently had them sitting in Pennsylvania for 2 days, managed to get them to southern Maine, had them sit in southern Maine for another 24 hours. So they were supposed to be here on Monday, and hopefully I'll see them tomorrow. Except
next Monday.
Yeah. Except for the problem is you're not really supposed to tune carburetors at 50% or more in humidity. And it's supposed to rain constantly for the next 3 days. So I guess we're going to throw jets in and we're going to tune it with the humidity and then retune it again later and go from there. Is a 6-speed Spicer good for speed? The 3600 series is good for speed, but it has the weakest of all the cases. The 4300 series uses the same gears as the 36 and has a reinforced casing, which is better than the 36. It's better than a 930 Peerless, but it's not as strong as an MST case from Peerless. To give you the long answer, but the most you could probably need for info.
Yes, we have a P.O. box.
Yes, P.O. Box 131, Belfast, Maine. Belfast, Belfast. Make sure you spell it out when you put it in, and double check that autocorrect did not decide to put in Bell and then fast.
Or Belgium.
Or Belgium, yes. It'll autocorrect to Belgium, or it'll autocorrect to Bell and then fast. No, you're correct. I do wear the throwaway gloves because of the Kevlar. So the big thing that I ended up finding was that the gloves definitely help for dealing with the Kevlar, which I do still wear. And when I'm dealing with situations of that nature, what I ended up finding though was that it was when I was dealing with oil soaked stuff that it was the worst for me. If I was dealing with cleaning out stuff that was dry and I just blew it out and quickly cleaned off my hands and stuff like that, I was perfectly fine most days. But let's see. Yeah, it hasn't quite started to do it. But as you can see right there, my knuckles are reddened.
They were really red last night.
That's what happens when I end up getting into like the engine oil and stuff like that that has the Kevlar embedded in it from burning off the belts. So yes, I do still wear the gloves, but usually I only deal with the gloves when I'm dealing with all the engine oil stuff that's because it seems to soak into my skin worse when I'm dealing with it that way. But I now make sure to take them off when I'm welding after catching one on fire while wearing it. Okay, so do you have anything else to say as a closing statement? Because we need to get done so that I can go finish the pork that I'm cooking in the crock pot.
Night. I don't know, you're the one that does the closing.
I give you the chance to go and do the talkative woman thing, and all you say is good night.
I didn't say good night. I said just said night.
Oh, you said, okay. Yeah. Twit.
A little bit.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the questions and stuff while we were doing the live chat. As always, if there was something you wanted to talk about and you'd like to go and have a Q&A with me privately, you're more than welcome to send me an email. Down in the description of this video, my email address is listed so that you can just copy and paste it. It's Maine as in the state in the way it's spelt, but if you just copy and paste it, you don't have to deal with spelling. All right, everybody have fun. Have a good day. and bye-bye.